Hey folks, welcome to the Dice Tower. I'm Sam, and this is my bottom 5, that is to say, my numbers 10 through 6 of my top 10, the bottom half of my top 10 games from the years 2003 and 2004. Now, normally my buddy JT is here with me, and he's still dealing with some family things, and so next week he should be back in the saddle again, and we'll look forward to that. Another thing I wanted to address was the fact that I got a comment on the last one that I did for 2005 and 2006 that it was a strangely specific, I think those are the words they used, kind of focal point for a list, a top 10 list. And that's simply because we have done all the way back to 2007 together, JT and I. But after that, he just wasn't able to put together good lists. And it was kind of difficult for me as well. And that's why I did the 2 years put together. Because I was able to get some 5 good games from 2006 and 5 good games from 2005 and put them together for one list. So that's what we're doing, and that's what we're doing on this one as well. I started looking through 2004, and I was like, wow, there's some heavy hitters here, but then there's really not that much else. The well ran dry pretty quick. Started looking at 2003, and about the same thing. Some pretty heavy hitters, and then the well kind of ran dry, only about 2 or 3 pages in. So I looked at about 300 to 400 games on each year before I came up with these top 10 from both of those years combined. So I really only got 14 games that I really felt like I could put these on a top 10 from those 2 years. So that's why it's strangely specific. I'm not trying to be cheeky or anything like that. I'm just trying to put together a good top 10 list. And the longer we go into the past, the harder it is. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. My bottom 5, numbers 10 through 6, games from 2003 and 2004. Let's hit it. Now, my number 10 is a party game. And the party game aspect of this game is the kind of party game that I really enjoy playing. I don't like games that make you do a lot of stupid stuff, and I don't like games that make yourself look like a fool, and I don't like doing those kinds of things in games. I like to have fun, don't get me wrong, but the kind of fun that party games sometimes want you to have, I don't have fun doing that. This, however, is a really fun laugh fest more often than not. It's called Faces. And this comes from the year 2003. And Faces is a game where basically you have a category. And it could be, the one who smelled a bad fart. And so now everybody has these cards that have people on them with different facial expressions. And you're supposed to take from those faces and play a card face down that is going to match that category, whatever it might be. I know I gave a really sophomoric example, but whatever it is, you're going to play a face that you think matches that category, whatever it is. And then there is a judge, kind of like with Apples to Apples or Say Anything or anything like that. You have one person who's going to be a judge. They're going to pick the one that they think is the funniest or the closest matching or whatever it might be. And that's basically what happens in this game. And I really do enjoy it. Now, the vast majority of the times that I've played Faces, it's been with a heavily modified version that Tom has. And he has just downloaded pictures and different AI images, I guess, and all of these other different kinds of things. And he's bolstered his decks of cards a lot. And it's a blast every time I play it. So when this came up on the screen, I knew I had to include it. But it just barely squeaked in on my number 10, Faces. My number 9 is a spatial organization game where you have a whole bunch of different, I guess not translucent, but transparent and different colored pieces that are in these hexagonal formations. And you're trying to get as many of them onto the board as possible. And whoever is able to get the most gem pieces out onto the board is the winner, and that's called Gem Blow. Now, Gem Blow is a game that I was introduced to, and there have been a lot of different iterations of the game, but the one that I liked the most is the one from 2003. And then even in 2003, they had like a deluxe edition that had a really huge board and big pieces to handle and everything. But I liked the Gem Blow Mini that had very more manageable, more handleable handleable. That's not a word. Anyway, they had smaller pieces, a smaller board, didn't have as big of a footprint, but it was still the same idea where everybody has to start from their corner of this hexagonal board, and they have to place their pieces on the board, and you can cut people off and kind of corner off your side of the board, or you can be really strategic in how you place these different pieces. It's a really fun, really nice looking spatial organization game that I've enjoyed over the years. So that's my number 9, Jimblo. My number 8 is another party game, but this is kind of a card game party game that comes with a whole bunch of little tiddlywinks in it, and this is called No Thanks. Now, No Thanks is a game where you're basically, you have one choice to make on your turn, and that is to either put one of your tiddlywinks, one of your chips, out into the middle of the board, and that means you don't have to take the card that's out there, or you are going to take the card that's out there and any tiddlywinks or any tokens that are out there, and they become part of yours as well. And you're trying to score the fewest points at the end of the game. Now, the cool thing about this is that you have a hand of cards, and the cards in your hand are going to be worth points at the end of the hand, and the lowest score is going to be the best. The cool thing is that if you have numbers that are in sequence, you can put them in order, and then the lowest number is the point total for those cards in your hand. So you can score really low points if you have a lot of good sequential numbers in your hand. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to only take cards that are going to fit within those sequential runs, I guess you could call them, in your hand, and you're trying to give away the other ones. The tokens that you're taking, however, are also going to subtract from your score, so they can make your score go even lower if you have more tokens left over or more chips left over at the end of the game. This is a really fun game, and the tension comes between, can I make that work? Wow, there's a lot of chips on that card out there, or do I just go ahead and take that because that absolutely fits and I don't have to spend any chips to get it? I really think that this is a fun game, and it's really had a lot of staying power over the years. No Thanks, my number 8. That's from the year 2004. My number 7 just got a new reprint from, I believe, a different company, but it does hail from the year 2003, and this one's called 10 Days in the USA. Now, this is a great little game that is fun. That's the most general phrase that I can give it. It's not mind-blowingly fun, but it's fun, it's versatile, it can work with a number of different ages, a number of different kinds of people. Basically, all you're really trying to do is you start the game with 10 cards that are randomly chosen from the middle of the table, and you're trying to get all 10 of these tiles or cards, whatever they might be, in an order of a trip, a 10-day trip through the United States. You can use 2 states that are right next to each other, and you have driven from one state to the other, or walked, whatever. And then you can also have 2 states that are the same color with an airplane of a matching color in the middle of them, and that means that you've flown from one state to another. And once you can get all of those in there in a 10-day trip, then whoever is able to do that first is the winner. Now, this does have the moniker where people can just get lucky and pull exact right cards in the exact order, and it only takes them a couple of rounds to get their 10 days done. That has happened, but generally speaking, more often than not, you're going to basically be drawing a tile and replacing one of the ones that's in your tableau already, and then discarding the other one. You can also take a discarded one, the top of the discard, one of the discard piles, and put it into your thing as well. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but basically you're just drawing a tile and fitting it into where you think it will work, and then discarding another one. And you do that until somebody gets their 10-day trip done first. It's really fun. It does a great job of teaching geography, American geography at least, or rather U.S. geography, sorry. So I've used it to great effect with that in some of my ESL courses that I've taught over the years, and that's been a very useful thing. But other than that, it's just really fun, and it's educational, and it's a great time. So that's my number 7, 10 Days in the USA from the year 2003. My number 6 is a Carcassonne variant, or clone, if you can call it that, from the year 2003. And this one's called the Ark of the Covenant. This one has an Old Testament theme wrapped around it. It is, generally speaking, just Carcassonne with a little twist thrown in there. Much like some of the Around the World standalone Carcassonne games, it has that very similar vibe where it has a very specific theme and it has a few nuanced rules for that specific theme. But generally speaking, you're just playing Carcassonne. And this is one of my favorites. I'm a Christian, and so I enjoy the Old Testament theme that is in there, the Old Testament biblical theme that's on there. And basically, one of the nuanced rules is that the Ark of the Covenant is out on the board, and one of the things that you can do on your turn is you can move the Ark of the Covenant a number of spaces, and for every one of your pieces that you move it by, you get a point. Or rather, if it's other people's pieces, they get the points. And so it's basically one of those standalone Carcassonne games with a biblical theme wrapped around it. And I've always enjoyed it. I was very happy to get a copy of it, and I haven't gotten rid of it because it is hard to get a hold of right now. But that's my number 6 from the year 2003, the Ark of the Covenant. And that's about that for this. What I have done is I've already recorded a top 5 games from 2003 and 2004, and that's over on the Flipside where I normally put up content. So I want to invite you over there right now, but leave me a comment here, like, subscribe at the Dice Tower if you have not yet done so already. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified when they have more videos coming up, and we will thank you for it. We'll see you guys and gals on the Flipside. There's a link in the description below for our top 5 games from 2003 and 2004. See you there, folks. Take care.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.